VLOOKUP is one of Excel's key functions, something that everyone should learn. It has a lot of uses just in normal everyday Excel, but in financial modeling it has a special use, especially when it comes to the part of VLOOKUP that people try and avoid, which is the approximate match. So first, just to explain VLOOKUP. What is VLOOKUP? VLOOKUP allows you to do a vertical lookup. What it allows you to do is to look down a list, find something, so in this case we're looking for that student, go to the right and pull it through. So the actual process of a VLOOKUP, you need to tell it, what are we looking up? This cell over here. Where must it go look it up? I need to highlight not only where it must look it up, but also anything I may want to pull through. And in most cases this table needs dollar signs. What column am I interested in? That's column 1, that's column 2, so I'm going to type a 2. And the range lookup is important. In this case we want to exactly find the student number. So you'll see I need to put the word false to get an exact match. When I say OK, it gives me 34% because it's looked it up. If I copy it down, it gives me an error message. Why? Because student A150 doesn't exist in the list. So that's the normal VLOOKUP, and we've got a course on the website that focuses a lot just on that. But the interesting one for financial modeling has to do with the ability to find an approximate match. So same type of thing, we've got a whole bunch of results, but now we want to get the symbols. If I just increase the decimals here, you'll see that's 75.3. I cannot create a database big enough to handle every possible result. So now I need to get Excel to use a function that will look at that number and place it in the correct place. So this is where VLOOKUP comes in handy. I'm just going to say look up that value. Where must it look it up? Same thing, I need to highlight the first column needs to be where it must look, but I need to highlight anything that it needs to include, put on my dollar sign. Column index number, again, this is not related to the column. That's column 1, that's column 2. I'm going to say column 2. And the range lookup is the important thing. If you read here, it says it's a logical value to find the closest match in the first column, sorted in ascending order, put true or leave it blank. Please never leave it blank, always explicitly decide what you want. When I say OK, and I copy it down, you'll see it's gone through here. Now, a good analogy of how it works is what Excel does is it takes the 68% and it says, okay, I'm looking for 68%, comes to the top and says the number I've got is bigger than that, bigger than that, bigger, bigger. Oops, I've gone too far. Let me go back here. I'm going to pull that through. So that's the way this VLOOKUP works. What you'll see is in some of the examples, there's a lot of very practical uses when it comes to financial models.